Dude that I watch who takes like these ginormous toys that we've talked about before, and you know, there's been a lot of them lately of him getting double fisted. And
come on! The weekend has landed. All that exists now is clubs, drugs, pubs, and parties. I've got 48 hours off from the world, man. I'm gonna blow steam out of my head like a screaming kettle. I'm gonna talk cod shit to strangers all night. I'm gonna lose the plot on the dance floor. The free radicals inside me are freaking, man. Tonight I'm 𝓚𝓸𝓷𝓴𝓂. I'm Peter Popper. I'm going to Never Neverland with my chosen family, man. We're gonna get more spaced out than Neil Armstrong ever did. Anything could happen tonight, you know? This could be the best night of my life. I've got 73 quid in my back burner. I'm gonna wax the lot, man. The Milky Bars are on me!
And now, live from Rule 34 Studio, I bring you a girl that will only shame your tiny penis if she didn't ask to see it. Here she is, your host, the one, the only, Kinky Katie.
hello, and welcome to the show. This is Kinky Katie's World number 460. I am your host, Kinky Katie, and with me, as always, my favorite flesh covered fuck toy, the one and only Mr. SC.
Right.
Yes.
Sure.
One of the most patient, if not the most patient man.
I'm really not that patient.
I know.
I'm really not that patient, really.
Well, you are with me.
In reality.
Okay, well, you are with me.
I work on it. Right.
See, I'm like your lesson.
Right. Are you?
Know? Well, I don't know. Your daily, just, if I can deal with this chick.
Really?
I can deal with anything.
It's not that bad, really. It's a little dramatic, I think.
Someone beg to differ. But we'll get to that all a little later. We are coming to you live from Rule 34 Studio, KinkyKatieRadio.com, and RadioCast.net. Woo-hoo. I super duper prep before the show, and plus I'm having this energy drink that tastes kind of gross. But, yeah. So, we'll see where this goes tonight.
Well, you know, it goes where it goes, pretty much. It's going to go somewhere.
Me and my purple hair.
Sure.
That's all right.
Sure.
I wonder, do you think I should get bangs? Because I got like big old forehead.
As I always say to you, get whatever it is that you're not going to come home with and cry.
I can guarantee nothing.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, so whatever it is, just try not to make it something that, you know, you're just going to.
That affects you?
No. Don't get something you're going to hate. I don't know.
It's like, oh, Jesus Christ, no.
You know, I mean, I have very few preferences as far as, like, you know, how you do your hair or whatever. Just do what you want.
Oh, but, no, I know. You know, yeah, you know.
That's what I mean. Like I've liked all kinds of things that you've done, so
True.
Fine, whatever.
You have been patient, though.
We'll see what happens.
When I was like, I'm going to shave my head, you're like, honey.
Well, I talked you down off of that one.
Off the ledge.
I said, why don't we put a pin in this and we'll circle back in a couple of weeks? How about that? And you know what? You actually you had said, yeah, you know what? We'll talk about it a couple weeks later. You were like, no, I don't want to shave my head anymore. You go, there you go. You just needed a cooling off period before you took the buzzer to your head.
Yeah, I definitely, I do need, when I get all flustered and just, I have to take a couple days to just chill out a little bit.
Right.
Don't do anything rash.
Right.
Because I know in a couple days I'm not going to feel the same. And if I do, well, that's rare.
Well, I mean, as far as like shaving your head, something like that, you know what I mean?
Well, most things. So, you know, I try not to fly off the handle too bad.
Okay.
But
do you have a point? What are we doing here? What's going on?
I almost got married once.
You did get married once.
No,
I mean, you totally did. I know.
Before you.
Right.
I almost got married once. We're shit-faced at the bar. We're like, let's drive down to that place in Davie.
Oh, boy.
The drive-through wedding chapel.
Sure.
Let's fucking do it.
Still need a license.
We're like, all right.
You still need a wedding license, don't you? I mean, isn't there like a cooling off? There is a cooling off.
I don't know, but we were totally gonna go. We're like, yeah, let's do it. And then, thank God we didn't.
2 days later, you know, you're not hanging out anymore.
Oh no, this was the.
I'm just saying, 2 days later, you're not hanging out anymore.
No, right? Yeah, we weren't hanging out with each other after that night.
There you go.
We met that night.
Well,
we're like, fuck it, wouldn't it be fun? Ha 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 ha.
Well, it depends on how much money he had, really. I don't know.
So, if you are listening live, hello, and I wanted to say Happy Mother's Day tomorrow to all of the mothers out there, because you guys, it's your day tomorrow.
Yeah, MILF Day.
So, MILF Day. Happy Mother's Day.
Great.
Whee! All right. I have an update on the pierced testicle dude.
Okay, the guy that we talked about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I think.
It was just the squirrely.
Oh, yes, it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, that the guy who sent you a picture of his actual testicle pierced diagonally.
Right. He had
shockingly, diagonally.
He had a barbell through his panade.
Right.
Peeny weeny.
Right. Well, no testicle, really. That was it, right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the update?
Where did it go?
It exploded?
No, the whole thing is he got another one.
Same nut? Different nut?
Different nut, the opposite nut.
Okay, well, you might as well spread it out a little. He wanted to make a little ting-ting when he walked around. I like it when they clack.
Well, no, they wouldn't clack, though.
Nuts are way more mobile than you think they are. Let me just tell you. I mean, they shift, they go here, they go there. You can't, with any certainty tell what's going on sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's true.
And they have I don't know if you noticed, there's a barbell through his, so it's going to be extra, I don't even know. I don't know what kind of logistics we're talking about here.
And you know what? The angle from the angle of the picture, and he wasn't quite clear. It was not diagonal. It is through, because he sent me a different picture of the second one that he got.
Okay.
And he does have his nuts. It looks like tied in like a hair tie. So. And they're like through.
I can't tell what's going on there really at all.
The colored dots are the barbell tops.
Is that both of? That's both of them.
Yeah, he got the other nut done.
Oh, so that's one bead. It looks like two little plastic beads glued on to a ball sack. One green, one purple.
Right, but they go all the way through.
Okay. Yes.
And he had said, because I said, you know what? I was like, I truly am fascinated by your piercings. And I asked, I said, did it hurt?
What do you mean? Of course, it hurt. Yeah. I mean, you pierced your nut. That wasn't painless.
Well, I mean,
I'm going to go out on a limb here. Just saying.
Well, I'm sure, but I mean, I wanted to know how much did it hurt and if it made sexual activity more pleasurable.
Right.
And I said, I didn't mean, I don't want to pry, but it's like.
You asked me if I wanted to see this.
You did come to me first.
Right.
But
right.
But at least they asked before they're just like, look at my nuts.
Right. Good idea.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Wow.
And you didn't make fun of them. Look at that.
No, I didn't.
It's weird how that happened. When you actually agreed to receiving said picture of spike nut.
And you know
Do you
what?
want to see my nut? It has a bar right through it. What?
I said nothing. I said nothing wrong at all to Pierce Nut Man, and he had a sweater.
Okay, that's saying something. Usually, you are like a sweater bigot.
That's right.
Your lifetime experience with people with foreskin has not been good for you.
No,
at least anyway.
No.
Whatever it is.
It's awful.
Yeah, we were like in the Fort Lauderdale, Miami area, and if there's going to be some dirty foreskin, I'm thinking the Fort Lauderdale, Miami area is going to be an area where you're going to see some funky ones.
If I want a cheese platter, I'll go to a restaurant.
Well, I think you were just in the wrong part of the world. You know what I mean? You're deep Florida. We're deep Florida now, but different Florida. You know what I mean? Right.
Unfortunately, I do know what you mean.
Anyway, you were nothing but nice. Well, you were nothing but nice to him because he was nice to you. It's a two-way street. It's weird like that.
Right.
How that happens.
Okay. But like I said, we'll get more into that in a little bit. So don't you worry. We're talking about testicle.
They don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, they do.
Yes, they do.
They know.
They know.
They always know.
If anybody follows any of my social media, which a lot of people do that listen to the show, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I get very vocal and stuck on things for a little while, and then.
What are you doing it right now? You're getting stuck on something. You're being vocal about it. It's weird.
I need you to hit
repeating.
my reset button. Okay, anyway. He said, I can send you more pictures if you want. He said, yeah, it hurts a lot, but honestly, it's cute.
It's cute.
Yeah, he said in the future that sex will be more pleasurable, but right now it's restricted.
But yeah,
I would-
because I have barbells through my balls.
You don't want to be like slapping
Owie,
your
owie,
ball.
Owie,
Ow.
owie,
Ow. But I don't know. Like, I don't know what excitement you would get out of having a rod piercing your grape. You know, it's like,
I'm with you there on that one, Ghost Rider. But I'm not sure either. But I mean, especially after you did one, and he was like, "Oh, I definitely doing the other one." You know what I mean? It wasn't even like I'm going to turn back now kind of a situation. It was no, I'm leaning in. This is yes, I want more holes, please.
well, but also maybe he wanted to wait. Well, he knew how much it hurt, because I know when I got my nipples pierced, the first one hurt like fucking hell, and I'm like, oh God, no, I don't want to do this.
No. You went full JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on us there. That was like season 3, I think, too. There, series 3, whatever they call it.
Anywho,
Right.
what the fuck was I talking about?
No.
Stop. Jesus, I don't remember now. Great.
What?
I don't remember.
We were talking about getting pierced.
The nipple piercing.
Right, correct. Right.
But I was like, fuck.
Look at that.
I don't want to
fucking
be
pro here.
Thank you.
Fucking professional.
But I was like, I have to get them both done because I can't do one without doing the other, or else they're going to heal weird, or I don't know, whatever. So, but he decided, oh yeah, that fucking hurt like a son of a bitch, but I'm going to do that again. That's the people who have children, like natural childbirth and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like, and then you have like multiple children? Oh
Yeah.
my,
Well, it's a challenge. Can you fit a grapefruit out of your snus?
Watermelon.
Melon. Not really watermelon. They're not that big. I mean, their heads are, that's the big part, I think. Shoulders, I'm not sure. I don't know. Babies aren't that big is what I'm saying.
All different, babies come in all different sizes.
I mean, once they're out of that little tiny hole they shot out of, once they're out of there, they're relatively small, really. Compared to me, they're tiny.
Well, of course, compared to you.
I know. This is what I'm saying. Like, imagine me crawling out of your, you know what I mean? That'd be a way bigger type of a situation there. You know what I mean? You should be glad is what I'm saying. You should be glad that all you're having is like a little 8-pounder, and that's it.
And not being worn as a morph suit.
Thank you. Thank you. Right. You get it.
I do.
You understand.
Which is a little odd, but yeah. No, I get it. I totally do. Anyway. But he said, I'm honored that you're fascinated about my piercings. Haha. I know the testicles are not as beautiful as boobs, but the piercing gives it a special touch.
Yeah. Well,
he's adorning his sack.
Sure he is. And
Yeah.
well, you had said before he was into the CBT. Mm-hmm. You know me.
Yes.
So already he's into doing stuff to his stuff. So, piercing a grape, it's not that far away from his huge.
No, it's not. So, I don't know. I'm happy. I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad. I wonder if he's good. Ooh, it'd be really pretty. You know how people do like the both sides of their nose,
the chain
pierced,
across,
and then put a little chain across the bridge of the nose. What if he puts a little chain across his balls?
Okay, I mean, all of this is sounding dangerous to me. To me, it sounded like a lot of grabbing
Snagging.
potential. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
really.
Well, maybe
yeah.
that's the whole point of it.
Is it snags on something accidentally?
Accidentally, or maybe on purpose. Maybe it's like, come here and give it a little tug.
Okay, well,
Maybe hang some weights from it.
what could go wrong?
What about? Maybe that's part of the danger,
Okay.
or that's part of the fun.
Living on the edge.
Yes.
Edgelord.
Well, he is in CBT, so it's like squash away.
Well,
Maybe.
they're already like pierced, so you would figure. I wonder, like, how hard do you have to like tug that to tear through, right? Like, I mean, are they durable?
8 pounds.
That's a human head or whatever. 8 pounds. You have
ear.
no idea.
Actually, it's 8 pounds to rip your ear off.
You would think it would be more or less. I'm not sure. I don't know. At least it's between your legs, so it's like harder to access to like for somebody else to just. like on your ears or on your face, some kind of a weird piercing hanging out, somebody can just snatch that, like, no problem.
I should ask him that if he's a nudist, because what if it's out all the time?
Okay.
And he's like,
It's
that's why I got it for jewelry's sake.
It's probably not it. He just wanted to have a bar through his nuts.
Oh, once they heal too, can you imagine getting one of those like plates that squish together and then just putting the bolt straight through the balls?
Right.
And
You
then
just
crush.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Great.
Maybe to him it does.
Yeah, no, but you're talking to me. You're looking at me going, oh, yeah, and the thing? Okay.
I am looking out there now. I'm talking to you.
My stomach hurts just thinking about it. Like, just the thought. Of
I
my
feel
nuts
just
being
fine.
squeezed by, you've never experienced that before in your life.
I have
That's
not.
why.
So I don't have that problem. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that would have to be like the first thing we've talked a lot about, you getting a wiener for a day. That would be one of the first things I would want to do, is just kick you right in the huevos. Right in the huevos. And just so you know what's up. Maybe just grab a hold of them real quick and give them really a nice fucking squeeze. You know what I mean? Just so you get it.
Like, you made me throw up.
So in the next 3 or 4 hours, however long it takes for you to do something to lose it, at least before you've done something, you've stuck it in something you shouldn't have. We've had to call the fire department 4 times that day until eventually it popped off like a cat toy. At least you'll like live with the memory of what it was like to have your nuts in a vice. You'll get it.
Either I'll continue doing and knowing, never happened to me again, or fuck it, I don't have it anymore. Now I know what it really does, so that's why I can really fuck with you more.
Right, it's like the empathy gun from the universe. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe.
Right,
same thing. We need to shoot you with the empathy gun.
Yeah,
except that it had a different name, the ultimate weapon, something like that.
Something like that. Mm-hmm. That's okay. There's this YouTube channel that I ran across. It's called What's the Safe Word? WATTS.
What?
And it's hosted by a guy named Amp, who is into puppy play. And there's Mr. Christian.
Another guy.
Anyway.
More bear-like.
And he goes by Daddy. But anyway, I think they're funny. I like their stuff, and they're very informational.
Right.
Like, they really are. No.
So if you actually want to learn stuff instead of just pointing it out and laughing about it.
Right. If you want to have fun and stuff, then actually learn something, and they're
if you want to be educated in some sort of a manner. If you want to learn something, we're pointing you in the right direction. We're saying.
In a fun way, yes.
Yeah, and that was like WATTS.
Yes,
the safe word.
I'll have the link to their YouTube channel on the.
You've been binging it pretty hardcore, but then again, it's a lot of like the material is stuff that you're interested in anyway all the time. You know what I mean?
Right. But
safe words, and they get into this, that, and the other puppy play, and. They're
really famous too. Like they both have done male porn. They're in a relationship, but they're poly, I believe. And I think
they go to teach lessons and stuff at conventions.
They go to different
like that.
TED Talks and conventions and all sorts of stuff, play parties, and they're very knowledgeable about shit.
Yeah,
because
they're
into it.
Yeah, they actually call themselves educators.
How'd this yellow one get in here?
Which is definitely not us. We're not educating really.
No.
If you're learning from us, I don't know what to tell you really. We just kind of assume you've heard of all this stuff before. Really?
She taught me how to be an asshole.
Well, I mean, we forget that like we'll hear other people on different shows here and there, bring something up, and it just kind of blows my mind in a way. You've never heard of that? Like, what are you doing? Where do you live? You have the internet, right? Like,
I know. But
how have you never heard of sounding? Like, how is this the first time you're like?
Because there's a lot of people who would think, that wouldn't even occur to me to even do something like that. So why would I even look it up?
I mean, a lot of this stuff doesn't occur to me at all either. However, anytime I hear it, it's not like I'm rarely ever shocked. You know?
Well, I'm not shocked or surprised by anything anymore either. That's okay. Speaking of being shocked and surprised, the scat came up again. Poo play, and because I was watching Wang again. Sup, Wang? Woo. Anyway, I like him.
Nice. She does really good videos on the weird kind of shit you really like.
That's right.
Yeah, and the kind of stuff that we talk about all the time.
Right, but since I've witnessed a scat scene, we have
Correct.
in a very close proximity
Yeah, in the same
to where
hotel
it was
room.
happening.
We were on the other double bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Well, anyway, there was a woman. She all of a sudden she wanted to eat her fiance's or her husband. No, her husband's shite.
She wanted to be like a poo eater.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it kind of started out where their sex life just became boring, and then
Then he came to poo.
she finally was just
Breaking
like,
out the vinyl sheets, honey. It's what's going to save her marriage.
she's like, "Hey, can you shit on my chest?" He's like, "What?" She goes,
You know.
"Shit on my chest. Why not?"
Little poopy doobie. We're married.
Just
whatever.
I don't know. I heard that, it might be something fun to do. I mean, I guess you want to do it. I mean, I don't want to do it, but if you really want to do it, then we could try.
That's a tough one to broach. I mean, that's like a tough one to crack the subject on. You know what I mean? I mean, you have to
But
know
she got
the person
brave.
you're talking to is like, like imagine you were completely nilla, like you are like middle of the road. You are in Wisconsin somewhere.
Right.
You go to church every week, and your wife of 10 years busts out with, drop a log on my chest. Please, honey, you gotta do it. It's so hot, baby. I mean, that's a tough one for that couple. You know what I mean?
He said he contemplated about it. He was like, oh God, I think about it. So he's like, okay.
Okay.
So it came to the time where
gonna
he
get
agreed to do
poo-shy.
it. She gets into the bathtub. He sits on the edge of the tub and sticks his ass over the side, and he's trying to shit, but he can't because you're shit shy. Because he's like,
that's
I
what
don't.
said you're poo shy.
He goes, I don't want to shit on my wife.
So it's hard. Correct.
So he ends up getting like a little like turtle head in it. And then he hears her move. He turns around. She's on her knees, like taking a fucking Christ cracker wafer thingy.
Hitting them hard.
He tries to pinch it off and squeeze it back in.
Oh, it's too late.
And she gets a little nug. Like she gets like a little fucking.
Well, that's good. Little taster.
Rolo.
Right. That's like when you go to Baskets and Robbins. I'm giving you the little tiny spoonful. You want a little pistachio? Here you go, honey. Try it out.
It's a free sample.
Yeah, right here. A little free sample.
This one's got nuts in it.
I mean, it's the first time she has thought about this probably for years and years, right? And so now she gets just a small taste of what's going on. You know what I mean?
I
Wouldn't be a full experience, really.
Well, anyway, he couldn't deal with it. They ended up getting a divorce over it.
That's it's tough. I mean that's a tough one. I mean you could completely. I mean I understand somebody saying like if you're not comfortable doing something. I mean, you could try polyamory. You could try doing things like,
right.
Well, we can find somebody to shit on your chest, honey, and fine,
Yeah.
But if that's not what you're into,
no,
then what are you going to do?
You can't force someone to be into something that they're not.
And it's not their fault that they're not into it either. They're just not. That's like asking, your husband comes to you and says, hey, I'm really into dick. Don't know what to tell you, but I've always been into guys.
And you freaking out about it.
Like you can't change. You're not wrong. He's not wrong. It's just the way it is.
That's just, yeah.
Yeah. It's water's wet. You better, maybe splitting up. Maybe that's the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you can't do it and, somebody's going to have to live repressed in some sort of a way. I mean, she wants a little crayon action. That's all,
Yeah.
Well,
whatever, you're into what you're into, but unfortunately you can't force someone into something
that's
they're
what
not.
I'm saying. And you can't hate on them for
but I'm saying
for not being into it either.
But he gave it the college try.
I mean, Leanne gave it a shot.
He's like, I really don't want to do this, but I love her and I want to make her happy.
You, honey. I'll poo on you.
I want to make you happy.
Right.
I'm going to give myself a hemorrhoid.
Right. It makes me think of those creepy TikTok videos.
Don't you look at me. Well, do it.
With that one dude who like, you like if I saw you walking down the street.
Oh.
Corny line, lick my lips, corny line.
What would you say?
What would she, whatever it is. It's all like,
they put it on Webby all the time.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people have seen all kinds of people doing the same kind of videos. I mean, it's not just him. There's a whole
right. No, I know
retard TikTok on it. Tard talk. We heard about water TikTok, whatever that was.
There's I don't know. There's like a whole bunch of names for whatever. I just see them when I look at the stupid
compilations.
Yep, those.
It's the best way to do it, I think. Let somebody else curate a bunch of them for you and just check it out once a week. Look at that.
Cuts out all the bullshit and just throws some at you and be like, "Here, watch a couple of these." And then
you like what I put together? Here's some more of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
and even
I agree.
You're like, that one's not so great. Ooh.
Right. And some of them are just bizarre. We watch a lot of YouTube.
They
are. Really
what
it is. We really watch a lot of YouTube one way or another. There's a wide world of stuff there.
And there's so much shit that we haven't seen yet. I just think it's funny that
we'll never get to even close to the end.
I watch like one thing that like about a kinky thing, and then the very next recommendation, there's like over half of them are the kinky people or rabbits.
Right. They throw it right at you.
Watch one thing about rabbits.
Recommended. We're like, check out some rabbits. Why don't you do this for a week? See how you like it.
12 ways to know your bunny's depressed.
What?
I have a depressed bunny.
I watched a thing about the bunny island in Japan. It was a cool little documentary.
I had to raise a Welsh rabbit. Just, anywho, whatever. On that note, we're going to go to an episode of Rule 34. And when we come back, we're going to talk about we're going to quickly touch, you're going to find out the drama. And you're going to find out where the Safeword originated from. So stay tuned. And welcome back to Kinky Katie's World, World 34 Studio, KinkyKatieRadio.com, and RadioCast.net. You can get me on the Twitter later at Kinky Katie Radio, KinkyKatieRadio.com, KinkyKatieRadio@gmail.com. You can Google me because I like it. You can also get me on Instagram and YouTube, so like, share, and subscribe.
I did put music in.
You did?
I did.
I know you were worried that you didn't.
I wasn't really worried. But, when I first started to play the intermission, I was, I don't remember a song. I don't remember anything about a song. I don't know what I did. I have no idea what I did here.
I didn't scroll up the first half of the...
that happens to me.
Of the pre-show.
I get in my workflow there, and I start just ripping things out. And sometimes I zig when I should zag, and I smoke, and
then you get stuck on... I can beat the score.
I can beat the score. I can go faster. I can go faster.
Let's go faster.
I'm just trying to surpass my limits. That's all. Trying to surpass my limits. I've been very influenced by Japanese anime.
You have.
Right.
Yes, you have. So this... So there was this person, they said they had a great idea for a dating app, and it's actually being considered. They're matching you up based on similar porn search history.
Okay. Well, it's better than nothing. It's something. If you're looking up poo play, which, you know what I mean? If you're looking up poo play, they're looking up poo play, you wouldn't have to get divorced 10 years later.
True. You'd be like, hey, you like this. I like that. I don't feel like going on to that website we dare not speak of. I still, fuck it. Fat life. I hate
life.
They still come at you.
Right. You feel like you're just being pelted with wieners. Like,
and fluids and police records.
No, it's literally like when you go to the fetish party and there's the area that's cordoned off with a visqueen. Like, better. No, I know if I go behind that visqueen, some fluids are going to splash me right in the eyeball.
There's
I'm
going
not
to
gonna
be
get away from
stuff
it.
that I might not be able to get untattooed off my eyes.
Right.
Out of my brain.
Right.
So
It's just too much. Too much for you anyway.
it's like you like it. That's why you're in there. I do not. That's why I'm out here.
Well, no. if people were consistently nice, not dickish about things, you wouldn't have a problem. But it's the problem is just like it is with the rest of the world,
Right.
You know, especially men are just dumb, just dumb, and say weird shit to ladies online. They just do, and they just message and say, "Hey, want to see my wiener?"
Okay.
Actually, they don't even say you want to see my wiener. They just go, "Look over here. Look over here," and then they're standing there with their wiener.
Yeah, that's like, okay, so there was a little bit of drama on Twitter earlier this week. There was, usually people send me a dick pic, and you have to know that you have a micro penis. You have to know.
Wait.
You really have to fucking know because you have it. It's there. It's sitting there.
Take a step back for a second. Hang on. If they send you, but it's not even send you. It's not even. It's different if somebody goes, "Hey, Katie, you want to see my dick?"
No. It's not okay. If someone sends me an unsolicited dick pic, I have the right to say whatever the fuck I want to say.
Right. You can ridicule them for sure. There's nothing wrong with that.
But usually people know that and they understand that. And also, if you send me an unsolicited dick pic, I'm going to make fun of you, even if it is the most gorgeous, ethereal looking shaft I've ever had.
Right.
Whatever.
Right. All good stuff. Good word. Nice shit.
I want to gobble it up.
Yeah, but you don't. And I'm not never going to say that.
No, I'm going to tell you, I'm like, sing better. Or like,
Right.
it was a fucked up color. I don't know. I'll think of
Dude,
something.
Have you done an STI check lately? I mean, I see some little, I don't know, man. What's going on there?
Or no,
Is that a wart?
all you gotta say, and you don't follow up with anything, is it's like, ooh, you better get that checked.
Right.
And then don't say what? Don't say, what I gotta get checked?
So anyway, this was because somebody had
Right. So someone sent me, and they know, most people know because they read my posts and they listen to the show or whatever. They know what I'm about. And he and I have been talking for like a while, like friendly chat, and it's fun. He sent me a dick pic, actually tweeted a dick pic and tagged me in it. Okay, so it wasn't a DM. It was, out in public. I said a little insult back. 2 people came to his defense with a gusto. Like, they were like, "You're disgusting. You take a look in the mirror. You're body shaming. What the fuck is wrong with you?" I mean, they were going on and on and on. So, and he even stepped and he goes, "No, chill out. Her and I are cool. So
right.
Stop."
Well, plus, like I said, somebody says, "Look over here." You look over here, and there's a wiener. Nice dick. What are you supposed to say? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
like, you're not required to be nice at that point at all. I don't think.
But what I'm saying is, usually, guys, if you're gonna send a dick to a girl, you okay, at least if you send your dick to me, you usually have an expectation of getting ridiculed, and that's
true.
the reason
But
why
that's
you
not
do
true.
it.
That's not true. The guy who sent you the pierced testicle, first of all, he asked you before.
He asked first.
This is what I'm saying. This is the whole point. I mean, you keep saying, "Well, you know what I'm about." No, that's only what you're about when somebody doesn't ask you, "Hey, do you want to see my dick?" If they just say, "Katie, look," and there's a picture of a wiener, yeah, you will ridicule it. That's not what happens when somebody like Pierce Testicle Guy says, "Hey, I have a really cool thing. Do you want to check it out?" And it would not matter what you saw with that guy. You would not ridicule him at all.
Right. I guess you're right. But it happens so many times that I don't get asked that's the first thing that comes to my head is,
You just think that's that's not the way it literally is just because you didn't say, go ahead and send me that.
You didn't come at me all attacking me like, "Hurt my dick."
Right.
Whoa.
Right. Well, you get what you get at that point. Like, there's a 99% chance it's not going to be nice. Like,
Right.
there's a 1% chance you never know. You might not say something horrible to them, but you're going to be pretty consistent about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nothing wrong there.
Right.
Should be understood.
But the thing is, though, like I said, things are squashed between us. Like, we're fine. Like, he and I are fine. And like one person blocked me, and the other one I think is still following me out of spite, but I have no idea. But I just
Follow you out of spite.
just who knows? Like,
Screw you, lady.
what is this fat whore doing now?
Right.
It's like, oh, here, here's my pussy. Like I posted I ran across on my phone. I still had like a squirt video that I did. It's just a solo one, and this is before my favorite electrified one broke. So I did one, and I just took like pretty much the clip of the climax, and I tweeted it out. I mean, it's a gusher too. Y'all should check it out if you want to see some serious. I was like, oh wow, totally forgot about this. Where was I going with this? I don't remember.
I don't know either.
Fuck, shit. Oh well.
Whore, bad cunt.
Oh yeah, probably. They'd be able to get a load of this one. Your husband jerks off to it while you're on the way to church.
Oh boy.
So I found out that the Lesbian Sex Mafia, which I think is such a cool fucking name. I have to agree that it is like the best name. It's a great band. I hear they are opening up for
Jodie Foster's Knuckles. Except
next
it's really
weekend.
not a band, but yeah.
Yeah.
It was an actual organization.
It wasn't actual. But people who know this you don't have to say. So they invented the Safeword way back in the day. I believe it was in the 80s.
I don't know. Well, no, they didn't.
No, it was earlier.
Yeah, no, they didn't invent it. They invented the using the word safe. They were the first people that used the word safe word to describe.
Oh, how like a safe way on how
to stop a BDSM scene.
Correct.
Like as you're doing some whippy smacky, you needed a way to put on the brakes for if anybody needs to like pull the parachute. Like you got to have a way to do it. Little hand signals they say sometimes.
Yes.
Whatever you feel like working
tapping,
out.
Yeah, right, and
Wink
make sure that the person that you are with is aware of it at the time.
This is all responsible people talk, like stuff you're supposed to do. That really.
Why did not tune in and listen to you talk sense?
I can remember specifically laughing at somebody who, before we started doing something, wanted to go through everything, and I remember just sitting there and kind of get like just with a big smile on my face, like, "Oh wow, we're actually going to go through a list of shit, aren't we?" Wow. Anyway, I thought it was funny as fuck. It was the most hilarious thing in the world. You know what I mean? How far is too far for you? How far is this? What do you think about that? We were doing like an interview. You know how many drugs I took, lady? Do you understand this? Are we going to do this or what? What are we doing? Well, I mean, either way, when you first meet somebody, it's not like you're going to like, you're not going deep on anything anyway. So like what?
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, but you're not, you know what I mean? Even people who are more lifestyle BDSM people who are really into S&M and bondage and things like that.
Right.
You know, that they're not necessarily like when they meet somebody wanting to go like hardcore.
No,
because they don't really trust the person. They don't really know the person. Like, so whatever you're doing with somebody you just met, like for me, like having an in-depth conversation is like, no, we're not going to do anything that could get anybody hurt. Like,
right. And then let's discover this together as we grow together.
Basically in a totally unresponsible way, basically. Yeah, no. You really should go through this shit. You really kind of should sit down and go, hey, really nothing up the ass, bigger than my wrist.
So that means traffic cone. Check.
Right. But, well, because the people who are into doing this on a more frequent basis, like doing it all the time, if
they know the protocol.
Well, you should be doing this kind of a thing. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, you were watching a video by the Watts, the Safeword, gay couple that, the educators or whatever. And they were saying
we just talked about it in the first half.
No, I know, but it relates back to your Safeword lesbian Lesbian Sex Mafia or
Yes.
whatever. He was the one doing the video on it.
Correct.
And that's what he had said, is that the Lesbian Sex Mafia was the first ones to use the word.
Yes.
But, you know, that they had been, since the people have been whippy smacking, there have been a safe word or a thing.
Yeah, there has been a way to,
Right.
you know,
In the sway back.
correct. Yes. So.
Unless you were like in some French dungeon and they just did whatever the fuck they felt like it. Or you were rich, really.
We don't care. Whack. You are female. Whack.
Right. Or
We
you're
don't care if you bleed.
you're just some like rich land baron and you know, you got you just went
Helpers.
right. They're doing anything or they're not walking out with a head. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You go full
unfortunately, I
berserk
do.
on it.
Yeah. Ooh.
I know.
Oh my goodness. What else do I want to talk about? Okay. Did you know that there's a sex injury database?
Sex injury database?
Yes.
It's probably not fucking complete. What do you mean?
No, I wouldn't think so.
Like, by the sound of it, it makes me think like somebody's trying to convince somebody that no, we have all the numbers. No, you don't. No fucking way. Nobody reports anything. Trust me. Nobody wants anybody to know how they lost their nuts at a club.
It's like, it's always, I fell on it.
I fell on it.
I fell on it.
Right. I don't know what happened, but my friend needs help.
So, do you know how many injuries from falling has ruptured anuses throughout the world?
Right.
It's been number one for every year.
Like
it's the biggest piece of the pie chart.
The guy's dropping Mr. Hands off after getting impaled by a horse to death. You know, they literally just dropped him at the emergency room when my friend needs some help and like, pew, we're out of here.
Yeah, that's right. It's like, I do not want to be involved with this at
Right.
all. Oh my, I hate you so much.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it went away for right now because they're starting to like pop up ads and not give me what I want and being all screwy. But I will say that the biggest chunk of it was foreign object.
But what are we talking about here?
Sex injury, then the database.
Oh, the sex
Like the
injury database.
Right. They had a pie chart, so you'll be able to see it anyway. But like the biggest piece of the pie was over 50% of it was
I fell on
foreign
it.
body.
Oh, foreign bodies.
Foreign body.
In something.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen people get pretty hurt, like where they probably needed medical attention, and you know,
Probably.
well, the guy who lost his nuts definitely needed medical attention. But
Yeah, but thank God he got it.
I mean, he wouldn't have bled to death. He probably would have been fine. I mean, honestly,
You can bleed out from that. There's arteries near there.
he wasn't bleeding as much as you might think you would bleed.
You're right.
I mean, there was
Well, but you found him before. I just saw the drops on the floor. You
Went
and
to
the
the
other
bathroom.
people are the ones that found him in the bathroom.
yeah, huddled up with a pile of napkins at his crotch. Like with white as a ghost with this panicked look, and we go, "Hey, bro, we're gonna get you help." And he was like, "Oh my god, thank you! Oh my god, thank you!" Like, I know you, I see you all the time. Oh my god, you got help! Thank you, thank you,
It's like,
thank you.
yes, I have nuts and rope and everything in this champagne ice bucket. Come on.
We hadn't gotten it at that point. We went and
Yeah,
got him.
it's just-
We got him first, and then the bouncer walked him out, and then Frank or whatever grabbed a bucket. It was like, where's it at? And I was like, come on, buddy, it's hanging in the cage, like a little furry cat toy, just hanging. You could see the hairs glistening off of him too.
You could.
I remember that clear as day.
So do I.
Looking at all the club lights and seeing the hairs come off of nutsack that's tied around a slip knot, just going, oh yeah, no, that is exactly what I think it is.
Because that's at first I was like, does that? What is that?
I mean,
And
do you
I'm
think
kinda
that
like
was
looking-
in their database?
I don't think so.
This
No.
is my
Yeah.
point, right? And that's a pretty good injury. Nobody died.
Thank
you know.
goodness nobody died.
Let alone just minor, you know, we've been places and somebody's getting fisted or somebody's getting, you know, something definitely happened to somebody where they just went to the regular doctor and it wasn't reported to anybody. You know what I mean?
I do want to know though, because there's this dude that I watch who takes like these ginormous toys that we've talked about before, and you know, there's been a lot of them lately of him getting double fisted. And And
I mean, he's going full fucking rock, paper, scissor, going from Hunter x Hunter action on it. You know what I mean?
I'm just
full rock.
But that's another
two-handed.
one. Like, I'm curious. It's like, how do you get yourself to stretch that far? Like, what happens? And do you shit normally? Like, what?
That's like
when are you gonna stop?
That's like asking the guy who just finished a marathon, how'd you finish the marathon? He started with just one little baby step, just one little finger in a butt. And then it went to 2. Then it went to 3. And then he just worked up. And before you know it, Gorilla Hands has got double fisted right up his bung. You know what I mean? And he's asking for more. Where's the hot sauce, honey?
But it's like, where does it go? Like, where do your organs go on the inside?
Go anywhere.
I mean, they've got to. Well, I know they don't go. Well, they don't go anywhere because they're inside your skin.
Right.
But I'm just saying.
They just stretch, man. You're fine. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I just seen so much like anal acrobatics lately.
You've seen a horseschmeckle, and you know that is something that, like, even you've seen anal acrobatics from somebody the size that you're talking about and you know that there are people who actively go out and bang a cult. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some have died, apparently. Mr. Hands, at least one. And I'm sure he wasn't the first.
Right.
So what are you talking about? Like, the 2 hands? Okay, that's not 3 feet long. Like,
right.
That's way more than, as long as you're not going that far up you just gotta stop when you get to Lemmy Winks. You gotta stop.
I usually go to the elbow and stop at the elbow.
Oh my God, elbow. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's to the elbow.
My elbow or your elbow, I don't know.
It's a man elbow.
Well,
so how
tall is this person?
That's a big, I'll show you some videos.
I don't want to know. It's okay. That's okay. I mean, what do you think? How tall do you think this person was? 5'1"? 5'2"?
Oh no, he was a good 6'3".
Oh God, that was long. Jesus, my Lord, baby.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a stretchy bung.
Oh yeah, no, he can fit. He can fit quite a lot.
Obviously, he doesn't have a problem doing it either. Like, he figures it out.
He has no problem. He has no problem at all. He's like the hanky toy, spokesperson, pretty much.
What's the hanky toy?
Hanky Toys. It's a toy brand. Not a sponsor. Then they
really ridiculous butt toys.
Really huge, giant dildos that are like shaped like dragons or whatever, just different designs, but they're really big.
Right.
Also, Bad Dragon too, but he does a lot of stuff for hanky
like
toys.
The giant cock behind you would be just something in that realm. You know what I mean? Or way bigger and weirder. But
way bigger. And
that
weirder.
would be like the training kit version on that website.
That would be the starter.
This is what I'm saying, and that's an 18-inch wiener.
That's very heavy.
Right, you could kill somebody with that dill.
You can't.
That is a serious dill.
I will bludgeon you to death.
Right.
With a dildo.
Really? I mean, you really
could too. Well, at least knock somebody unconscious.
Oh no, you could for sure. It'd be kind of hard to kill them with it, but
Can you imagine?
No. It's rubber at the end of the day. I mean, when we're talking about rubber, you might be able to cause a concussion. You know what I mean?
You know that there's somebody out there going, what a way to die.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Getting hit by a piece of Chinese rubber.
To death with a dildo.
With an 18-inch, 4-inch diameter dill. That's been a show decoration for, people have tried to screw that thing.
They have.
Yeah.
They have.
Handful of people.
And Kitty, Masso Kitty, she went anal.
Right.
She was the only one to go anal with it.
Yeah, fit it in there.
She went the furthest that anyone had ever went with it.
That you had seen personally.
Right, that I out of the people that try, we call it the Great American Challenge, and that's Sir William. And I've had 3 people we did live on air try to take the dildo. We would put a condom on it, which yes, condoms do stretch big enough for that. So, and then we'd lube it up and we'd live
ram and cram.
Yeah.
Rip it in the tearing.
I mean, and I admit I wasn't very nice about it. I did push a little harder. I got excited, so I was a little overzealous. I mean, If it was a dude's ass, I would definitely have like gotten my knee into it to try to fucking.
She routinely gets her mouth and vagina stapled shut for fun.
Oh, Maso Kitty, right? Yeah,
you weren't hurting her, is what I'm saying.
No. Her, I wasn't, and she got almost all of the head up her ass, and it's quite large.
Right. Well, and she's not like
she's a petite girl.
She's not like a large object person typically.
No, she's not.
Right. I think she was working up to that, like training beforehand, trying to surpass her limits.
She was. I think so. And the thing is, though, she's in a consensual, non-consensual relationship with this guy, and she can't say no to anything, and
by choice.
But yeah, this is her choice.
Right.
So,
like when you talk, we've talked about them before. But like
nice couple.
When you talk to her, like you can tell, she'll talk about consensual non-consent, and the look in her eyes. If she had to like make decisions for her life, you could see the panic. Like when she was thinking about like. She'll call him to find out what she should eat for lunch, and that's not necessarily him hounding her about this.
Oh no,
this isn't him going, "Hey, you need to do what I tell you." No, he doesn't say anything at all.
Right?
Like literally, she just says, "What should I do with this? What should I do with that? What should I eat for lunch? What should I tell this person?" Like, and when you talk to her, you realize that she just has such a hard time with people in general, that like getting through, like it helps her. It helps her be a better person,
right? Which
is not what a lot of people would think. You know what I mean? It's almost like it fits her. When I've talked to her, you kind of immediately go, you know what, you're just trying to get your way through life, you know what I mean, and be happy in some sort of a way, and this makes you happy.
Yeah, but when a lot of people they first hear about what their relationship's like, and they're very open about talking about it, they always think, "Oh, honey, you're a victim. You've got Stockholm syndrome or what?" It's like, no,
I don't think so.
No.
We've known him for a long time, and it literally. Is a nice guy in all ways.
Oh yeah,
but they will get like hardcore whippy smacky,
very hardcore medical stapler, a whole bunch. But
branding and
they have
caning and
branding and caning and whipping and
putting that thing in a bunghole,
right? Stuff
like that.
And we took a sawzall to her ass too before we did the. Before we did the Great American Challenge, so William, I had a dildo on the end of a sawzall that we got in her butt.
Right. And a lot of people, like you say, a lot of people when they hear how their relationship is, they really think immediately that he's like an abuser or something. And you go, I don't see that at all.
Because she doesn't sit on it. She's not allowed to sit on any furniture. She has to sit on the floor by his feet. She always wears cat ears, always, constantly. She does not take them off. She only wears like stripper clothes.
So she does.
Yeah, she works at a bikini bar. She used to. I haven't talked to them in a little while, but she's done.
They perform at a lot of fetish parties and stuff like that. They do a lot of BDSM demonstrations and
shows and stuff. Yeah,
right.
They do. They're in a blood play.
Yeah,
him more than her. But they've done scenes where they've been like covered in blood. Like he's got this board that's got spikes all over like the inside of him above the handle for like 2 feet.
Right.
He'll whack and spank and paddle with that. Yeah. Gets intense.
Oh, I know. Anyway, when you talk to her, immediately you understand that that's just like anybody else. That's how you are.
Right.
That's how you are. And that's what you want.
That's how you roll.
And you're not being victimized or anything like that.
No.
You literally just found somebody who fit with how you wanted to live.
Right.
And is how they wanted to live at the same way.
And it worked out.
Right.
So it's all good.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't even know why we're talking about that.
Well, because we were talking about extreme BDSM stuff in general, like getting the big dills,
butt stretch.
Yeah, because of the
ass stuff,
Hadouken up the bunghole.
Anywho, there's one more thing that I want to say before we before we go.
Right.
There is this stuff called 𝓚𝓷𝓵𝓿, and it's like the morning after pill, but it's for STIs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard that. You were watching that, right?
Yeah.
Right. And they can lower your chances of getting some stuff. But
that's crazy.
that's got to give you like some kind of false sense of security. No, really.
Well, no, I wouldn't use that as, I would use that as like an extra precaution, not as
like your main line of defense is I'm going to take a morning after STI pill and hope it works.
I'm going to bug chase and see what I can find, but just to be sure.
No
I mean,
kidding.
what? It's like, holy crap.
No, I know. I didn't know it existed either. And I don't know if I would trust it. I mean, you know what I mean? Just you're going out and banging whoever you want to, raw dog, When this was that same two guys you were watching videos, and so you're talking about gay men meeting random gay men and having having anal unprotected and just going maybe the STI,
too.
maybe the STI, maybe you know what I mean. That's
right.
That seems pretty risky to me anyway. But at least there's something. I didn't know
It does, but I mean, if I was fucking drunk, I was like, I don't care. Like, it didn't even occur to me. It's like, oh, okay.
It would have been nice to have something actually like you wake up and you go, what the hell did I do? And at least have something.
Well, see, that's why
something.
That's why the Plan B pill was fucking great.
Right, but doesn't help you from getting the SIF
or the
GON
clap or nothing.
No clap. Yeah, I don't know.
But
that seems like a bad idea to me.
It's like, okay, I got a Plan B, I got a 𝓚𝓷𝓵𝓿, I got an oxy, I got 3 ibuprofen, and I don't know, something else. It's just it's like that's my Saturday morning free for all,
right? I just take this 3 times a week just to take it. Really,
just because
I could take this long term, right, Doc?
Well, because, doesn't that, store up in your system, so over time,
I'll be just immune to everything, right, Doc? Isn't that the way it works?
I am super fuck. Nothing happens to me.
Yeah, but what we have to do is we have to puncture your testicles so we can pump the medication in directly. So you're going to have bars through both of your nuts for the rest of your life. Do I pay extra for that or what?
I think I said this the last time, but it's like from the movie Weird Science, attached the little electrodes to it, just like each side. It's alive! It's alive! Like the little scrambled huevos.
Oh, it's not alive. What are you talking about?
Not anymore.
If it jumped up and started doing stuff after you electrified a testicle, I'd be really worried. I might chop it off myself. I don't want you attached to me. You're like a little clay golem just attached in my ball sack. No, you're going to die.
Now, what I wonder is, I want to see after you've zapped them a couple times.
The clay golems or your nuts?
Your nuts. After you zapped them a couple times, I'd like to see a sperm count on the slideshow. I want to see what is your jizzle? Are they dead? Are they alive? Did something happen to them?
Do they come out with tattoos or what? You just see the spermies swimming and they're tatted up with piercings and stuff. I mean, they're alternative, obviously, spermies, because they lived in a testicle that was pierced. It's going to affect them.
Oh my God.
Pre-utero. It rubs off on them that early is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. Life begins at sperm generation. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't.
The second that sperm has taken life and grew its little tail, that's a life. And I have shot that life up into you to bless your little empty egg womb. You know what I mean? It's all about the sperm. 99% of what comes out is, sperm related, unless the kid comes out defective.
All right, well,
then it was definitely your shell egg.
Of course.
Your old egg.
That's right.
Right.
Uh-huh. My hatchery is
your hatchery.
Done.
Yeah. Somebody smashed your nursery like it was Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Well,
Young Padawan.
The coyote's been in there and there's nothing but hay on the floor.
Hay and feathers. A lot of fucking feathers.
right, we're going to go. So I hope you all had a fun night with us tonight, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, week, month, shift, trip, whatever it is that you're doing at the moment. Do you have anything from me, SC?
What?
All right, guys. Well, I shall chat with you later. Kiss on your pink parts. Love you. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I like tacos and burritos.